ultra ground music, riding in the years, not used. Tighten up, you'll lose.
Welcome to Weekly Strategy. This shows some basic stats about your upcoming opponent. You can also view more specific play calling information.
You understand what I'm saying?
I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. Hey, I met this girl the other night. She said she wanted be a money white. Respectfully declined because I said I got a wife. She said she wanted.
This is your team profile, where you can choose focused players each week who will earn extra XP.
That's the one she likes. She got it. She won't get the W. I skirt up when I see him. I know it's gonna get worse when I start doing Coliseums. Gonna be, I just call it how I see him. Let me clarify, I ain't talking about all women. Some just wanna settle down and have a couple cheering. For all my rapper homies, just be careful while you touring. You meet a pretty girl, but her intentions ain't the purest. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list. I can show you lame, how to do this. Stack your money up, be about your business. They come with the wish list. They come with the wish list.
Hey, second phone buzzing, just delete the up.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. It's the Ravens and the Chiefs on Thursday night.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Chiefs. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
Illegal touching, offense.
Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Jackson, first play, going to throw. This complete, left side to Aguilar. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. And they bring the big tight end across the formation left. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is, this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely...
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Jackson. And this one too low.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is it still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's got to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat? Like
I like that.
Circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Yellow. 15, 15.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And this goes to the former Raven, Marquise Brown. He may go. Hollywood Brown. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquise Brown, 82 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is. They had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Here's Jackson to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Jackson. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll come up 2nd and 7. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry.
That's a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 14. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
3rd and long, dare we say 3rd and a mile. Pass rushers in sprinter stances, they know they've got a chance to get after him on this play. And somehow he finds a way past them. Gets away and takes off and picks up a first down. Can you believe it? Wow.
Now maybe a moral victory of sorts. They're on the board here late in the first half, but this offense just hasn't looked that sharp.
Yeah, but at least they got the 3 points, right? At least have something to, quote-unquote, hang their hats on and maybe feel a little bit better about themselves as they head to the half.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some great games coming up in the next few days, one being the kickoff to the International Series, the first ever game in Brazil. The Packers and Eagles from São Paulo. Kickoff set for 8:15 Eastern Time. Out on the West Coast, more good stuff in the late afternoon as we'll be watching the game at SoFi Stadium. Well, it will be the Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, take 2 for Aaron Rodgers, the Jets and Niners from Santa Clara. In the first half, we saw some strong play from Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense back out there. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Now Jackson. And the Chiefs are going to get him. They'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
So a little quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than a normal. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Hardman on the return. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow, yellow. Hey, Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday, on Sunday.
In motion right, one of the tight ends. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Yellow.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points.
Yellow.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Yellow, yellow.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's Hollywood, Marquise Brown, who finishes it off with the touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now it's Jackson.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And that's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Fighting through. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Mahomes. That is caught. 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the Chiefs are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of, winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance. And that's caught inside the 30. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Just a formality now, but here's the extra point. So the PAT is good. They get the touchdown, the point after, but of little consequence in the ending as this one's now over. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
The players on your team earned XP. Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.
We go way, way back, I won't say okay, boomer. Sweet, I brush my teeth, but still my tooth hurt.
This is the player card. Here you can hear our players' motivations.
Sitting in the booth, I ain't even gotta lie, cause you know that I'm the truth. Every day cannot stay the same. Yeah. But one thing that's never gonna change. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever. I forever reign. Forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever.
down.
Milan, darling, Milan.
Say poodle, y'all think run this. Miss she, her black. Designer say Gucci, Prada print. DOE, I'm a condo rich. Big Dolce, Diva, Donda, Dundada, Tokyo, Honda drip. Poppin' Dolce season, new persona, new pushback, but I'm still gon' get that. Labels quaking, they mistaken. I'm that wrist stay frozen, Q. Let's go, I'ma get.
It's week 2 of the National Football League, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Bengals and the Chiefs on EA Sports.
We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium for more than a half-century, the home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. It's week 2 of this NFL season. A couple of teams feeling good, Greg. Victory in the season opener, and that gives you just great momentum off the schneid to start the season. Now, what's ahead for these guys?
Going into week 1 was always kind of an interesting deal, Mike, and I always felt as a player, you prepare months for week 1, and then you prepare 7 days for week 2. It's kind of a very interesting thing, and here you have both teams 1-0, gotten off to a great start. Now you only got a week to turn the page, and you want to get into a normal rhythm week to week of what is a long NFL season. The better you start, the better it makes the end of the year, and you find yourself in that playoff hunt. You want to get these early September games.
The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, 2-time regular season MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC. Greg?
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, you're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City 1st down. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. He's got space inside the 25. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Motion man is Rice. Mahomes on 1st down. Rice open. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving 1st quarter of play. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's going to be taken down as we hit 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. Patrick to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. his first touchdown of the new campaign. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule: the closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This just makes it to the landing zone. It's taken at the 18. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense comes out led by their quarterback, Joe Burrow. Can they keep him healthy? Because when he's good, he's so good. Won the Heisman during his days at LSU. Took this team to the Super Bowl. Now, Greg, year 5 for Burrow with the Bengals.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike. And I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. He can continue to play that style of ball. It's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Gun. Cut.
Burrow now to throw on first down. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he will get into the end zone. Zach Moss. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, so often that running back is the best friend of a quarterback down there. This time he takes the pass, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Mike, the key to a good passing game is to find ways to keep everybody involved. When a defense has to account for every potential target, they tend to get really stretched pretty thin. That's exactly what this offense was able to do. Get the ball to your running back, and he's able to do the rest.
But dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. The next drive about to start. We'll remind you what's coming up here in Week 2. A couple of good ones to look forward to. Two good young quarterbacks going at it later tonight in Houston. The Bears and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, as the New-Look Falcons head to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Kickoff there, 8:15 Eastern Time. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
I half expected to see all 11 defenders piled up on top of him at the end of this run to make sure he was finally down, because a couple times on that run, it looked like he was cooked, only to shake off those tackles and keep on cooking.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this all the way home. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Bengals offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it as we'll get ready for the third quarter. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now a return coming from the 14. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Here we go. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Now a loose football. And it's recovered by one of his teammates.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball. More bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often. And when they do, you got to seize the moment.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It's pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops. And just nowhere for that back to go.
Third and long. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
Mike, we hear that term run after.
Week 4, second half kickoff, ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. They run once more with Edwards. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's Hardman to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. Now on first down, he's going to sneak it. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw it here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. Here now, third down. Herbert. That's caught by Palmer. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Herbert to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. A desperation heave for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and that's the one that should seal the victory. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Throwing now is Mahomes. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, with a dime looked on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now here's Mahomes. That is caught, and he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 39. Kind of a strange ballgame, Charles. We did not have a single point by either team after half. Really a defensive clinic by both sides in half number 2.
Wasn't that just beautiful to watch? Come on, man. Come over to the dark side with me. Wasn't that fun to see these defenses holding sway, right? Making sure they're controlling the game in the second half. It lets you know that you've got to score points when you can. You never know when offenses might go a little bit dry.
I just touched down in LA, the Spanish, my favorite. This that G, I keep it playing, so I put it on. She be in it, she just made a big. I got rolling over, speeding to the money like I'm running from the feds. Posted with my they say yeah. I'm like whoa, see residuals, watch the money grow. I'm in flow, greatest story told, watch it all unfold. I'm like whoa, reaping what I sow, harvest getting bigger.
Lyrical technician and electrician, y'all light work, and I don't gotta play pretend. It's you I make believe, and you know I'm here to stay. Cause me, if I was to ever take a leave, it would be aspirin to break your feet. If I was to ask for Megan D Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at a feat? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bro. Now back in the days of old me, right around the time I became ate some as a way of coping. Take the case of turned me into smiley face emoji. May not be age appropriate, but I will fit an 8-year-old indeed with a participation trophy. Yes, I have zero doubts that this whole world's bound to turn into some Girl Scouts. That censorship bureau's out. Set me down. So when I started this verse, it did start off lighthearted at first, but it feels like I'm targeted. Mind-boggling how my profit is skyrocketed. Look what I pocketed. Yeah, it's just like y'all have been like jogging in. I've been running at full speed and who the best, but I'm white. I step up to that mic, cock it then. Oh my God, attention, chicken out again. Abracadabra. And for my last trick, I'm about to reach in my back, bro. Like abracadabra. And for my last trick, just like that, and I'm back, bro. Break it down. Sometimes I wonder what the old me say. If what? If he could see the way it is today, he'd probably say that everything is gay. What's my name? What's my name? Wanna act like me? I'm a bigger than cacti bee, and that's why these words sting just like you were being attacked by bees in the coop, leaning back my seat. Open R. Kelly's favorite group, the black guy. In my Air Max 90s, white tees, walking parental advisory. My transgender cat Siamese identifies as black but acts Chinese. Like a hacky sack got trees. The whole world, cause I got it at my feet. How can I explain to you that even myself I'm a danger to? I hop on tracks like a kangaroo and say a few things that do to anger you. Dad, if I think that, I'ma say that. Cancel me, what? Okay, that's it. Go ahead, Paul. Quit, snake. You male cross-dresser, fake. And I'll probably get for that, but you can all.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll get a look at Patrick Mahomes. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Chiefs and the Bills, and it's all up next.
We are 20 minutes south of downtown Buffalo. It is Highmark Stadium, here in Orchard Park, New York. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson on hand. Greg, you get to a game like this and you love the matchup because as we watch and get ready, you just watch highlight after highlight of the ball in the air, down the field. We got two big-arm quarterbacks going head-to-head here in this one.
And if you love offensive football and you love high-level quarterback play, we've got a matchup that I think you're going to be pretty excited to sit down and take in alongside us because every blade of grass is an opportunity to deliver the ball. And the amount of pressure on these defenses to defend the entire field, knowing there is no throw off limit, there is no route that cannot be unleashed. This is the ultimate test for any defense when you have two quarterbacks like this lined up on your side.
And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So out come the Bills and the face of the franchise, 28-year-old Josh Allen. Year 7 already with Buffalo. Last 4 years, over 4,000 passing yards in each. The man who makes this team go.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to throwing for a bunch of touchdowns in a loss. Biggest thing that he did, Mike?
Right away, they're coming after him, and they get him. A sack on the opening snap of the game.
Prior to the opening kickoff, the rocking, they're on their one play in. Got a little quieter in here. This defense came out, and they took the fight right to him, able to bring the quarterback down for an opening play sack to get their defense settled into this one.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and long.
Look out!
Out of the gun, here's Allen. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them. Early in this game, that's already 2 sacks allowed.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a very nice return. He is giving the offense a short field. The Chiefs come out with the face of the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, 2-time regular season MVP, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, just in his 8th year, best in the business at the helm for KC, Greg.
You know you have a good week, Mike, when it takes all 5 fingers on one hand just to show how many touchdowns you threw in last week's win. Now, do we expect him to do that 2 weeks in a row?
Isaiah Pacheco! And they are not going to catch him! He's in! Isaiah Pacheco! Touchdown, KC! His 10th touchdown now on the year. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will race out to a quick 7-0 edge. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is a short kick, returnable from the 13. Solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. And he's taken down inside 35. The break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is James Cook. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. He does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss. I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's It's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage. We see quarterbacks do that all the time, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw.
And he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a sack and a loss of a couple.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system, and all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window. And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Have a quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again here. Second and 10.
15. All right.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's a third and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man. That's caught by Brown. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. So a big third.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he will get into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. Numbers 10 and 11 on the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return, here's Jaquan Hardy. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bills offense, and Josh Allen head back onto the field. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. Take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Look out!
From the gun, Josh Allen. And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 22-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
What's that?
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
They try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
That is fielded at the 20. That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. On first down, it's Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. And he will go all the way. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Kansas City. Using the tight end to get to the end zone, Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, and this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Oh, yeah. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here. Need to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. He's going to keep it himself. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. Clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break. From the gun, it's Allen. Up the middle, he's got it complete to Coleman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Allen. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good, the hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
Finding space inside the 40. And he will score again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game and number 12 on the year. So his big first half continues. 3 rushing touchdowns already. Maybe have to start looking at the record book, see if he can do it. The record in a game is 6. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead. And hold that thought. Let's get right. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his season total. You get a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes to this point this season. Tony, the man in motion. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. He's inside the 25. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. A big one there to start the second half. It covers 51 yards. So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Here's Pacheco. And he's got another one. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. Make it It's 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Hardy now with the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Look out!
Allen to throw. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Look out!
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Now a 3rd and 2.
What's that? What's that?
A run up the middle with Cook. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Look out! What's that?
So now they'll throw it with Allen. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
What's that? What's that?
Now Allen. He's going to be hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it. And now, following the turnover, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout.
Yellow! What's that?
On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll manage to work this forward to the 37. It was Rasul Douglas that time to end the play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL. Once again, it's Pacheco. Finding room across midfield. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, KC. He is having a performance to remember. There's 5 touchdowns for him in this one game. So it's a high 5 for that one. His 5th rushing touchdown of the game. He draws ever near to the NFL record of 6. Butker's extra point is good. And the Chiefs keep widening that lead. It is now 42-0. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. This barely gets to the landing zone, fielded at the 19. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Bills' offense ready to take over once more. Things not looking good.
What's that?
See if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 10. That's enough for a quick first down. To throw is Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. They'll motion over Sanders. On play action, Allen. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Third and 2. Now Allen. Looking to get to the marker, but he comes up short, out of bounds, right around the original line of scrimmage. The Bills bringing on the punt team, as he's on here to punt this one away. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. First and 10.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two. Right side.
They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. Room to run at the 30. Up the sideline. Past midfield. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. And that is six rushing touchdowns in the game, equaling the record set by Alvin Kamara on Christmas Day in 2020. You're watching one of the great individual performances in NFL history. And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs continue to bring the hammer down. It is now 49-0. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10.
What's that?
Throwing is Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field.
Still first down.
Look out!
Now it's Allen. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Keon Coleman, the intended receiver. It's second down.
What's that?
Play action. It's Allen. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively, staying right with them, and we'll bring up third down.
What's that?
They'll go play, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Chiefs and their running back Isaiah Pacheco head out for their next drive. And he is putting together a game to remember. Let's take you through some of the highlights. A lot of yards tallied here. Over 200 rushing yards. Just rare you do not see, especially in this passing era, a lot of 200-plus yard rushing games. But we've got one here today. Set to go now on first and 10. They go play action with Mahomes. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
Yellow!
Here's Mahomes. Open man is Kadarius Toney, the former Giant. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Really showing off the elusiveness after the catch.
Yellow.
That's a gain of 26.
Hey, 43, 15. Look at it.
Here we go. One final play. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they are going to add 6 more here at the end. Stay tuned for the coach's handshake. It might not be the friendliest. That late touchdown extends the margin of victory here on the game's final play. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. Now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. Their winning ways continue. They've yet to be stopped as they remain unbeaten in the month of November.
Stripping off grades, I just be making up different reasons for my nieces. From the way I pick it up to keep it up, but ain't no thing straight, cause ain't no reason for this money to stay. Like what you want, I got Jesus giving money, what you want? I've been sitting and pitching this for a reason to cry, so I'ma say I love you, but keep a look on my eye, cause I can never really want you less than money or pride. So when I say I really love you, boy, just know it's a lie. Like I ain't mean it, I just need another reason for a sickness. Another bag, another season, another description, another feeling. Boy, got a game a lot, but I keep.
Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a pump cause he got no. Homie stay trippin' cause I got no funds. Homie got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Boy, I got a bump with it ain't not fun. Okay, now drop your bag, sass. I've been here from the start. A little snapback, homie. Rip me apart. Now they run around in circles like them kids in the park. Not afraid of the dark, there ain't no monster inside. I pray to Jesus Christ, homie, they just keep me alive. Why you keep it 53? Cause I've been wrestling with pride. I try to keep it like I'm Texas, got the stop on my side. Girl, you know I'm a saint, so why you giving me hell? My uncle back up on the block and now they begging for bail. He always calling me for paper cause he know I'm the trail. Now I'm eating my McDonald's, I was fresh out of jail. Now I made it out of chunk, at least I know I'm up. Boy, thump, like my neighbors jumping up a pum. Boy, I bump in that Billy Sean, he ain't know he ain't thump. He just grabbed the
Madden football brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bills and the Chiefs, and it comes your way next.
We welcome you to the Heartland, 7 miles from downtown Kansas City, GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium, for more than a half century. The home of the Kansas City Chiefs. Today, we continue with a terrific matchup in the divisional round. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. So glad you're having us in for this divisional round matchup. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Partner playing in front of the whole crowd. That is something you get when you're the #1 seed, a week off to prepare. Now a playoff game in your building. It's that age-old question. What do you think? Rest versus rust?
Yeah, I think if you ask the coaches, Mike, they would kind of go back and forth, but it is no question. With players, they want that #1 seed, they want that bye, and they want to be sitting on their couch during the wild card round, watching everybody else beat each other up. You factor in that rest, you factor in getting your legs back under you and getting some guys back, maybe who were out some previous weeks, and you're playing in front of your home crowd. That's every team's dream to start the season, and that's exactly what we got here.
The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
After talking to him the other day, it seems like he's really embracing this moment, Mike. I mean, he said something along the lines of playing with the pressure that comes with the playoffs is a privilege. And I couldn't agree more. Not everyone gets the opportunity to play on this stage. So when you have these types of moments, you really have to take advantage of them and just go for it. If the rest of the team can match that mindset, I think they got a good shot today to lead with a win.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he's got it to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, Buffalo.
This is how you drop your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Now Allen on first down. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Set to go now on first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the gun, Josh Allen. Quick throw, taken in. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a third down and 4. Valdez-Scantling on the move. Allen on third down. We'll try to run for it. Yeah. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down. From the gun, it's Allen. That'll be caught downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's into the end zone. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Buffalo. The extra point by pass is good. And the Bills are out to a 7-0 lead here in this divisional playoff matchup. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. But dangerous Nicole Hardman on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
Mike, I was watching the news this morning, and people were tailgating before the sun even came up. I mean, these fans have been waiting for this one since the moment they clinched home field advantage. That excitement, it's translated into a ridiculous hostile environment. I mean, it's clear the support of this entire city right now falls behind this team, and with that comes a lot of pressure. If he's going to lead his team to the championship game, he has to stay level-headed through this chaos, because if he's able to do that here, I really like their chances of playing next Sunday.
And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books in this.
Yellow.
Once again, it's Pacheco. here in this first half. A gain there of 16 yards. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Hero 15. First shot.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. To the goal line and in. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Valdez Scantling on the move. Off the play fake, here's Allen. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. That one going nowhere, but a late penalty flag.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Valdez Scantling on the move. On 1st down, it's Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball. Looks
delay
at the
of game.
clock says
Offense.
0. That's a delay of game.
Still 2nd down.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. 3rd and long. Allen will throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time is expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was the Ravens who get the win at home. Derrick Henry, a touchdown run in the victory.
And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. These two teams fighting to get to that AFC Championship game next Sunday. Back to it here, the 3rd quarter underway. Now an opening past the 30. Still on the move. And he's going to take this all the way back. 94 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kicks away. To return, here's Jaquan Hardy. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bills offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They trail now 14-7. They'll come up for first and 10. Now it's Allen. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
They'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Now Allen facing 3rd and long. And this drive is over before it can start. Swallowed up to force 4th down. The Bills bringing on the punt team. Nicole Hartman deep to return. This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50. Set up the offense with a short field. Let's get ready for their opening possession of this second half. We'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. They'll come up here, first and 10. They go play action with Mahomes. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Pacheco, 1st down and more. And he's going to take this away. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. And that long touchdown there is exactly what they're talking about.
Butker's extra point is good. And the Chiefs will take a 21-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Hardy now with the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so will step aside. Valdez-Scantling on the move. They'll look to set up the screen here. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's Allen to throw. He got all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
The defensive coaches, they preach all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
They get 22 yards there. First down, KC. A give here to Pacheco. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports.
Fire down these two. Right side.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he will get into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his second touchdown of the game. And Butker on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Now, after that near turnover, clock is stopped. We have an injured player. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. So they come to the line for first down and 10. To throw is Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. On first and 10, it's Allen. That's complete to his tight end. It's Dawson Knox.
Here we go.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. In trouble, and down he goes. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. Talk things over before third down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down. And
he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Let's go.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Yellow.
A handoff to Pacheco. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
this just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the pass. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
On third down, Mahomes. That is brought in at the 10. And this is Here's Butker now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs are going to extend their lead. Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. Short kick taken just inside the 20. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw. He's going to take a shot down the field. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. That will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They are moving on as the #1 seed. The victory means they locked out another home date next weekend as they look to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Chiefs victorious as we say so long from Arrowhead.
It's the AFC Championship game, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Kansas City. It's the Ravens and the Chiefs under the lights on Sunday night.
One of the best smelling parking lots in the NFL. The tailgating's over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Coming up, one game to decide who represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The stadium is packed. Standing room only a chance for their hometown team to get to the Super Bowl. Great to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and the most important thing in the building, the Lamar Hunt Trophy. It is up for grabs for the AFC Championship. Two evenly matched teams. Greg, what are you looking for in this one?
You know, I think the team that understands how to use this energy, as you said, it is electric in this building, especially for the home team. You know that you are one win away from the ultimate goal, which is to play for the Super Bowl trophy. Who can harness that energy early the best? There's going to be some pregame jitters. There's going to be some excitement on the sideline and in that huddle. Can you settle down early and just treat it like any other game? I think the team that gets into their rhythm the quickest, Mike, is going to be the one that has the best chance to find themselves holding that Lamar Hunt trophy at the end.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. Play action now. Jackson. That's caught. Derrick Henry. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
And this ball batted away and incomplete.
Well defended there, and the quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary.
And this drive is over before it can start. It's swallowed up to force fourth down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
Mike, when you're grinding away in the midst of training camp, these are the moments that you fantasize. However, it's no longer a fantasy for either of these two teams. It's their reality, and it's up to them to seize the opportunity in front of them. But for that to happen, they're going to need a big game out of their quarterback. And if he plays the way he's capable of, they could be just a few hours away from heading to the Super Bowl.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Nice job there by Kelsey moving the chains, and to think he's in his 12th season, Mike, and he's able to continue to produce at such a high level. You can make an argument he's one of the most popular guys in the entire league, and he's still one of the best players regardless of position.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Yellow.
Gray is the motion man here. Mahomes now on second down. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
The Ravens offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. A first down throw for Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Jackson now on second down. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. So a quarter in the books in the AFC Championship. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Chiefs offense ready for their second possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10.
Yellow. Easy. Right side.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. Look at the big guy rumble. Big strides. Look at him go. And he will go all the way. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Off the play fake. Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on second down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on third down where it's a little bit more manageable.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Here's Matt Ariza now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. Ball security a must in these conditions. Fair catch called for and taken without issue. The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. On 1st and 10, Jackson. To the tight end, likely. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. He fumbled the football. It's pulled in by the Chiefs. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
He's got it at the 3. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll run with Pacheco. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Chiefs.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle 4, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the second quarter and the first 2 minutes of the third quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On play action, here's Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Jackson. A deep shot for Aguilar. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Which one of these two clubs is going to be Super Bowl bound? We'll find out in just a little bit. But first, let's look back to the NFC Championship game held earlier today. And this is going to be a hot ticket. It's the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, heading back to the Super Bowl.
And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting to be claimed. 30 minutes away, unless, of course, we have overtime. We're back underway in the AFC title game. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, 15.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And he will score. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so they're going to blow it dead.
Free kick out of bounds.
And they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line.
Automatic first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now,
holding,
will the play
offense.
stand? Ronnie Stanley, the former 6th overall pick, guilty there. Now it's Jackson. That's caught. It's the tight end, Andrews. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now the Ravens' big-ticket free agent acquisition. It's Derrick Henry. You're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Jackson looking to throw. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs have excellent field position as they take over right at midfield.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit over-eager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7.
Yellow. Hey, Riblet.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That is caught down the field. It's Worthy. And he will score. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. He is shining in this postseason spotlight. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this is going to end up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball up to the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. Now a loose football. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a 1st down. On the option, they give it to Henry.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
1 quarter remains here in the AFC Championship game. Second down, Jackson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Yellow.
Patrick to throw. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. Whoa. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead.
Free kick out of bounds.
And they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Jackson. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down. Throwing Jackson. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. And they're going to once again lift the trophy, named for their late founder and owner, Lamar Hunt. They are once again champions of the AFC. 2 weeks from tonight in New Orleans, look to become the first team ever to win 3 consecutive Super Bowl titles. So that'll do it for Greg Olson, our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. We'll see you in 2 weeks in New Orleans for Super Bowl 59. Till then, good night, everyone.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
You say my look good in my tight little dress. Rock it up and me make the man them obsessed. Put in the work when we dance and we
following presentation of the National Football League.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Chiefs and the Cowboys, and it's all up next.
No single building has played host to more Super Bowls than this one right here. The Caesars Superdome in the Crescent City of New Orleans. This is Super Bowl 59, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence. These guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the wait is over. This has been, of course, one of the preeminent franchises in American sports history. They've had a bumpy ride along the way, but they're back in the Super Bowl for the first time since Super Bowl 30 in 1996.
And, partner, when you say this is the first time back in the Super Bowl since 1996, Super Bowl 30, I'm blown away. One of the preeminent franchises in the NFL. You would have thought they'd been here multiple times since then. The Cowboys want to add another Super Bowl title and bring it home to Dallas.
Right to the air is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. Powering his way forward. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. And, Charles, one of the big stories this week, the head coach of this offense looking to really cement his name among the legends of all time by winning a 4th Super Bowl title.
And to me, partner, you just have to marvel at the way he brings his teams back to the Super Bowl time and time again. If he can win this 4th title, what a capper that would be to a brilliant career. Reputation as a big game coach, absolutely cemented with a victory in this one.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense, and now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And I wonder if their play caller right now is reflecting on that last big play that they've had on this drive. Do you come back with something similar, or do you have a counter to it to kind of show it and go to something else and create another big play?
A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. Pacheco is into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Prescott. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. And we are back and ready to go for the second quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call time.
Oh, he sheds himself free. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. Mecole Hardman, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 84 yards. And the Chiefs continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least 1 practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's Prescott. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just 1 more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. Here's Hardman to return. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. We got a strong first half out of the running back, Isaiah Pacheco. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
Well, if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They've played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Prescott to throw it. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Hardman on the return. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something, because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw, Prescott. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
He can't get him down. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
Mahomes going to throw. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Now there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter. Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either, throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no. But the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Prescott.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Here's Prescott. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half. The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly, a must. It's 1st and 10. Got his man, it's Warren. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Here's 2nd down and 3. To throw, Prescott.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now Dak. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Cowboys are on the board here in this Super Bowl. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So with just over a minute to play, this becomes a make-or-break onside kick. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Pacheco. And some room to run now. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Butker on for the PAT. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with it. This is 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
Now the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Mahomes going to throw it here. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play. So it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. Well, they certainly have the look of a team with something to prove, don't they? All week, as we prepared for this game, we kept reading about how they said they're going to play a full 60 minutes this week. Has nothing to do with their opponent. No disrespect intended, but they wanted to be people of their word. playing this thing all the way out, trying to finish it strong.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
Another great moment for this historic franchise. The Lombardi Trophy once again belongs to the Kansas City Chiefs, champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will conclude our coverage this year on EA Sports. I want to thank my partner, Charles Davis, for another incredible season together in the booth. Till the fall, folks, Brandon Gaudin saying good night.
On the floor, big carbon here like Mayweather. Tula come through and blow up. Got millions out there rap. They hate her, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back in coming. I stole the show. Don't run up on that. She a head case. All she do is shoot. I signed my deal up on the PJ and hopped out a parachute. I'm geeked on next week. About no more features. I might just stir at you. I'm geeked on next week. About no more features. I might embarrass you. Yeah, glow. Stomp a little with some shell toes. Yeah, glow. Slapping, rapping, making bail. Two-tone Cartier match the nails. Yeah, glow. No competition, these stale. Yeah, glow. Curbing, no curbing, my layers. Yeah, glow. Say they get money, but I can't tell. Yeah, glow. Keep running circles around these snails. Yeah, glow. And my bumping up in the jail. On the big glow, where you been at? Mine, everywhere I'm working hard. Maybach and G-Wagon truck. Got M&M's in my garage. Quick to crank up on the you. Better not get me started. Locked in with the gangsters and players. My folks gon' keep it solid. Everything I got on new, it look like I got renovated. I'm cocky when I was just humble, they didn't appreciate it. Young wealthy. Went through. J. Cole said his memes and mules, but I'm the king and adjusted all. Really wanna wipe me down. I got more patience than a hospital. Sweaty better beef with me. They never beef with life's obstacles. I'm bad as a bone out. I'm way too toned to be toned down. Too big, so I'm cocky. From the back while I'm twiddle with my phone out. Got an M&M deal, but I'm Hershey's 6'2", dark skin, with a purpose. Never voicemail on my phone last night to myself saying Lil Curtis. You know I gotta catch my flight.
Thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look, wait. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it, all about it, till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built the sing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like EIO. Every time when they see my show, thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail, I be timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look,
Esto es talento y favor and you got no skill. I got drive, baby, ustedes son roadkill. Yeah, ya te dije, no están en mi carta perder. De pequeño estoy ungido, baby, ese es mi flex. No me dieron nada por lo mío, José. 360 ese deal, man, I couldn't be me. Por mi frequency, estoy frequently matando esto con sabor y efficiency. No gasto tiempo, waste no time, not my money. Boss, baby, CEO del LLC, lo tengo en un pánico. Dale rápido, quiero crecer y dar más fruto, algo botánico. Lo hice bien orgánico, Tommy el maquinón. Voy subiendo como espuma y tú bajando bien titánico. Out my way, I ain't built this in a day, but you know I'm here now to stay. I'm hungry, boy, I'm not here to play.
thinking that it happened overnight, didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. You know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You were always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget it, we on the mission. I remember that.
was listening to the album. Good luck. You're on your own.
Guess who's back? Back again. She's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Well, look what the stork brung. Little baby devil with the forked tongue. And it's sticking out, yeah, like a sore thumb. With a forehead that it grew horns from. Still a white jerk. Pulling up in a Chrysler to the cipher with the in a light shirt. Lyrical technician.
This player's development trait is hidden. Put him in your lineup and evaluate him on the field to unlock his true potential.
It would be aspirin to break your feet. If I was to ask for Megan D. Stallion, if she would collab with me, would I really have a shot at her feet? I don't know, but I'm glad to be back like abracadabra. And for my last trick,
I'm about to reach in my back, like abracadabra.
Yeah, buddy, you ready or not? Don't really care if you was or you wasn't LeBron.
From now on, I'm calling the shots. I don't really care about your hating little daddy, LeBron. Your mammy's a petty. Anytime I get beside myself, think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, love my go-to. Love a thing blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the tether road.
I need it. Cat. Okay, it's me and my kinfolk. Cat, that is my MO. 925, my area code. Don't give a what you been. Shared AG, put her friend. They want a lot, not a little. I get something. Give me something. What you gonna do for that end zone? I'm in the end zone, rocking that Kenzo. My Kindle. I'm beneath though, going triple plat. I need a pack and a half. I broke up my mans, a stack and a half. I told my mama I'm bringing that bag. I got it. I'm backing. I'm on. I get till I can't. Sorry, mama, yeah, I know that. It was me and bro, buck on the plate. Best believe we had 50 cent cake. I let the Audemars hang from my belt, so she know we ain't got no time to waste. And I let Audemars crunch the numbers. I gotta make sure that my money straight. She wanna make sure that my money real. Kissing another. Back in the day, I ain't had no whip. I just pulled up in a tank. I'ma pull up just to stun. Cat, all in your brain. I'm going Batman, I'm going bang. Come with the bang. What you gonna do? 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 I'm finna
passport stamp, let's do the money dance. Back in, call your friend, now we in friends. International man, tats on my hand. Take a trip with a pilot, I tell you when we land. You know I'm down with the whales, I be by the sand. On sun, yeah, it's blowing in the wind. What you doing? We kung fu and I beat it up. They never heard me on the beat when it's speeded up. 100 racks on the plate, she gon' eat it up. Yeah, I'm all in, like all night. Throw the racks up, make it fall right. And if you take a shot, make sure you hold the ball right. 1-800, yeah, bad, my type, yeah, it's my type. I love the way that she put it all on me. The best things don't come for free.
100 racks, she be dancing. 100 racks, she should take chances. 100 racks, she's in this whip. 100 racks, she can get this all night. All night.
You can tell when it's Tokyo, it's all heat. Don't ride in the back, jump in the front seat. By the end of the night, she gon' love me. She don't even know me, she wanna.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Next on Madden NFL 25.
The usual sea of red here in this venerable stadium has been turned white as we are high above snowy Arrowhead Stadium in KC. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gordon on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He's an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. They run for the first time with James Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Coleman, the man in motion right. To throw, it's Allen. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on to punt for Buffalo. Yikes, terrible kick, headed straight for the sidelines. Well, the Chiefs offense going to make their way out, and at the helm, a now 3-time Super Bowl MVP in his 8th season in the NFL, it's Patrick Mahomes.
I think it's safe to say that at this point in his career, there's really nothing Mahomes hasn't accomplished by this time. 3 Super Bowl rings, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 league MVPs, a couple of All-Pro nods, and a passing title. When you lay it all out, it doesn't even sound real, especially when you consider the fact he's not even 30 years old. Now he has his sights set on being the first quarterback to 3.
Travis Kelce. Big strides, look at him go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 61 yards. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get great.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Something we're seeing more of with the rise of the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him up. Here comes 3rd down at 7. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 22.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
Fight on these two. Fight on these two.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And the defense almost got one there, partner.
That could have been his first pick. He's been good so far, but you're right, that was nearly a costly mistake.
Sometimes you get a little bit too confident when the game's going along as it has been for him.
Mahomes going to throw. And Brown's got it for a Kansas City touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's Hollywood, Marquise Brown, who finishes it off with the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
All right. Hey, 43, 15.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to...
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Butker now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Here's Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Coleman, the man in motion right. Allen.
And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
And that'll hit and kick out of bounds, they say, right at the 50-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Give to Pacheco off the option.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. Oh, he catches it off the tip. It wasn't even intended for him.
A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Operating from the gun. Allen throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nick Bolton. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today.
Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlene. Yeah.
One for the money and one for the homies. I move with respect. I don't need nothing on me. The father made way for me. Feel just like Bronny. I got my little.
Kick off a new NFL season last week, Brock, and the Madden Championship Series. Well, it is having its ultimate kickoff broadcast coming up as well. You can check them out on the EA Madden NFL Twitch channel September 10th. And 11th at 6:30 Eastern start time as the players compete for $150,000 in prizes. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Second and 3. Built up this one off to his running back, complete. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Jones looking to throw. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
What you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
On first down, they'll run. And his short run's going to get them into enemy territory to the 49. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. The give to the fullback. And he's going to be bottled up after taking it down to the 43. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I know you can read your partner. You know I'm smiling because that was a callback to the early days of football when fullbacks, fullbacks, not running backs, they were the one that led the ground game. He didn't stop at a yard or two, He ripped off a nice chunk for them right there.
That's caught for the first. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills get more points to end a lopsided first half. T. Higgins, the touchdown. That's up and through for the point after. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this drive will start inside the 25.
Half 18, half 18.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. And they'll take a knee. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime report. Here, it was the always dangerous Saquon Barkley with the impressive first half. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and found the end zone twice as well.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
He is shaking his head, and he's going to be wondering about that kickoff for a while. Couldn't keep it in the field of play, and that offense gets a gift to begin this drive. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. This is reeled in by Pittman. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Bills first down. Running right, it's Barkley. And he goes out a little short of the 40. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Hey, 50! Set!
From the 41. Short pass caught by his tight end. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
Monday.
Throwing now, Stafford. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills grow the lead coming out of halftime. Fairbairn now for the PAT. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returnable from the 1. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. The Cincinnati offense headed out now. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Half jumbo. Out we go.
Now Jones. An alert play defensively there. Got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Cadence, lock in the cadence. Out we go.
Jones. Don't get this complete to Pitts. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can come in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. To the line we go. They're set. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And the big hitter will not be reeled in. That's incomplete. And that would have made for an impressive catch on our final play of the 3rd quarter. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go. Out we go.
Here's Jones to throw. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back. 3rd down coming up. They'll send their tight end right. Throw on third down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
Here we go.
Throwing here, Jones. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. The Bills and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. Scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. That run good for a gain of 2, and just like that, we've hit our 2-minute warning.
We go set.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Hey, 5-0. What do you have?
Now Stafford to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
He gets 3 on the run, and now a couple of options for him on fourth down.
A gain of 40 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Set. Alert. Set on.
To throw, Stafford. That's cut beyond the marker. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Bills put 6 more on their lead. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Kickoff taken at the 13. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go. Hey. Let's go.
Here's Jones. Quick hitter complete.
Here we go. Here we go.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
Half 18. Half 18. Apple.
From the 36.
Same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers. And they got one right there with that sack.
And that one's incomplete. Not on the same page that time. So it's going to be 4th and short. The Bengals send out the punting unit. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Taken in at the 15. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. The Bills back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And we'll see if those 3 timeouts get used defensively, Brock, but this one is over either way.
Set.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Has room down the left sideline. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Bills keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt 1 play later. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. That one splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down. The offense will come onto the field. So now here comes the Bengals on offense. And this game might be going better if he could. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Okay, here we go.
They'll come out throwing. He'll get this to Samuel. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Half jumbo.
From the 29. And he goes down. The Bills got to him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. So it's the Bills who come away with the win. And if they could play it.
Like damn, why I get a like urn? I'm a drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like white, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now, I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, trying to avoid my hurt. About 6 point something in the field like church. Or the hood got whack and the set went turn. Got a 488 in the glide like Kurt.
The kicker, Daniel Carlson, has this one teed up. And off we go from Buffalo. This taken in at the 8-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They're led by former #1 overall pick and Super Bowl champion with the Rams, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But what he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he will go all the way. Well, fireworks right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Bills will take a 7-0 lead. $7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Williams now to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25.
Bills! And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
Here we go, start. Ready.
White on 1st and goal. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Give him 4 on that play. So now they've got 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. It'll be a gain of only 1 on second, so that brings up 3rd and goal from the 2.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
And this might be a free play. Let's see what they do. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away.
Offside, defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Following that helpful penalty, the offense taking their shot now on 4th and goal. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
They get him again, and this time it's for points. That is going to be a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He has been sacked over and over and over here, and this time cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think, were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. That one's incomplete over the middle. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's going to push one deep down the right. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He's loaded. He's got it inside the 25. And stop me if you've heard this before, Brock. They've scored again, and they grow that lead further. The Bills are running them out of the building. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Bills continue piling onto this lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts from the goal line. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Penix. Great work by the coverage downfield. Buys him enough time to catch him outside the pocket. will try to build on that big stop. So the roar of Bills Mafia, it's a win for their guys in Buffalo. And if they could play at this level every time out, their coaches would be happy as they could be. Total team effort, a dominating victory. That's it for all of us. On behalf of our crew and my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scotts. This has been a...
Two in, two back ends, booked up, look up, I'm flying, yeah, I'm free now, see now, society's time me release now, crazy, I'm finna go see now, big style, big deals, vitamin water, that's a big one, 6 mil, coach came to me like I'm D1, like Will, got 17 hours to the flight out. Only got time for a night out. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't getting no younger. So tell me what you want from me. We ain't got too long, no. Shot like A, hit the red dot like A. Finger on the like.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we bring you a look inside Highmark Stadium here at Orchard Park, New York. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by the first Wyoming quarterback to go in the first round, standing 6'5", it's Josh Allen.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Now Allen. Out to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's third down. Allen. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. On the return, Jackson. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. They'll be led out by the former Colorado Buffalo, their rookie quarterback.
And that's really good field position they were given. Now, nothing's a gimme. We know that. But I know his goal, have the field goal kicker just stay on the bench. They want to put it in the end zone and get 6 out of this one. If they don't, I think it'll feel like a disappointment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
Back to throw, Willis. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback.
Touchdown, Bills! Josh Riley, 31 yards. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They go up the middle with Chubb, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They will have this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. And now out come the Bills. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Ready?
Here's Willis. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the fourth quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Allen going to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Chase the motion man right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Ready?
Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Brady. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a bit.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling this team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough. With that one possession down the stretch, might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.